So in order for there to even be a review, the car has to start. I haven't started it in 5 days. It is currently -8 degrees, with the wind chill putting us at -25 degrees. I don't know if this thing will start, but if it does, you'll get a review. And if it doesn't, I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do. Wish me luck. Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach, and this week I've been driving the 2024 Toyota RAV4 TRD off-road. Up front is a 2.5 liter inline 4, and down below is an 8-speed automatic transmission. Now, I am super excited to be making this video because, as you could see, and from the start of the video, I am filming in rather adverse conditions today. Not what I would be doing on a day like today, but Toyota's picking this car up tomorrow and I have no other choice. However, I think it's actually a very interesting look at the true reliability and true testament to how great this car is by filming it in -degree temperatures. But if you would like to submit your own vehicle, hopefully somewhere where it's warm, you can head on over to my website, zackpradel.com/submit. It's a quick and easy submission form. It takes under a minute to fill out, and I come out to you. But let's get back to that 2.5 liter inline 4 under the hood, making 203 horsepower. Well, it is a naturally aspirated engine, and so that 203 horsepower is all natural, baby, which I love. That's a big selling point for me on this car, is the fact that there is no hybrid system, there's no turbo, there's no parts that could go wrong besides just a regular engine. And so I love that. I love that reliability aspect of this car. Like I said, paired to it is an 8-speed automatic. It's been fine, it's been doing the job, and I don't have any complaints. Last but not least about the drivetrain, this particular RAV4 is all-wheel drive. However, you can find them in front-wheel drive if that's something that you want. So how does it feel to drive the RAV4 TRD off-road? It drives like pretty much every other RAV4. It's probably a little bit stiffer because of the suspension than a regular RAV4, but honestly, driving it around, I didn't really notice that much of a difference. At least not enough of a difference to really say something in a video. Although I realize I am inadvertently saying something about it in a video by not saying something about it in a video. I understand that, but you get my point. The 2.5 liter makes great power, the 8-speed auto is fantastic, and overall, it's been a really cushy and enjoyable driving experience. With that stuff out of the way, let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I have a completely digital gauge cluster. I really like this. Toyota has been moving towards this, and I was a little hesitant at first, but I've actually grown to really like them. They're customizable, they change colors when they change the drive modes, and all my information is right where I want it. On the steering wheel, on the left, we have the selector buttons, back, volume, and voice commands, and off to the right we have our adaptive cruise control options as well as our skip track. I love these physical buttons. Lexus, take notes. These are the buttons that we want in Lexus products, not those newfangled haptic touch ones that suck. These are good buttons. The overall steering wheel is nice. It is leather wrapped and it is heated, which I am pleasantly enjoying on this -degree day. Off to the left we do have a climate control vent, little shelf, and then a bunch of awesome switches for the gauge dimmer switch, automatic high beams, heated windshield wipers, so this will defrost them, lovely on a day like today, our camera view button, heated steering wheel like I said, our odometer and trip, and our tailgate release. The TRD off-road comes with a standard power tailgate where the Adventure RAV4 does not. Moving on to the door, we have our power mirrors, power locks, and power windows. So the car also does have a front dash camera. I love the fact that Toyota is actually including built-in dash cameras if you want it. Again, it's an option, but you don't have to deal with the crazy, dumb, messy wires that dash cams always have. I've always wanted a dash cam, but I hate when you have that cord running down, going to your cigarette lighter, whatever it is. So Toyota actually integrates it. I think it's wonderful. However, we also have a back camera. So this car has the optional rear view mirror camera, which you can switch it to be a more traditional backup camera or reverse mirror. It's so cold, I can't really think right now. But I really like the fact that it does give you this option. Again, you can use the regular mirror or have the video feed, which plays off of a camera in the back window. So when it is raining or snowing, when the rear wiper goes by it, it does wipe the camera as well because it's actually inside right behind the glass. I think it's really cool that Toyota offers this. Really nice feature, and it's probably something that I would get in my personal car, but let's talk about the infotainment. Moving into the center, we do have our infotainment screen, pretty run-of-the-mill for Toyota here. Nothing really that new, however, I do really like it, and it does offer wireless Apple CarPlay if that's something that you'd like, and overall, functions really well, and I've liked it. Here's what the camera system looks like in case you're curious. I think it does pretty well. Down below, we have our hazard switch and 2 climate vents, and then we have our climate controls, dual zone climate, which is fantastic. I like these big knobs. They feel really, really good. Very positive tactile feedback. And down below, we have heated and ventilated seats, traction control off, 12-volt outlet, USB-A, which I would have liked to have seen USB-C in a 2024, but that's okay, and our wireless charger. Moving into the center stack, we do have our power parking brake and brake hold off to the left, our drive mode, so we have Eco, Normal, Sport, Snow, and Hill Descent Control. Been using that snow mode last couple days, and it's fantastic. And then off to the right, we have the shifter, very standard shifter. You'll see this in a lot of Toyota products. No new ground here. Then we do have cup holders, which are red for some reason for the TRD Offroad. It's a little special. But just like the other RAV4s I've tested, they do not pass the big friggin' bottle test. So unfortunately, the TRD Offroad still gets a fail. Then we do get a center console with 2 USB-Cs in there. So for charging, you get USB-Cs, but not for the input of the radio. And then we gotta talk about the seats. The seats do say TRD stitched into them. I really love that look and design. And they've been comfortable. Like I said, they're heated, power, and ventilated. So pretty much anything I can ask for out of a RAV4. However, we do have back seats, so let's hop into the back and do a back seat review. All right, we're in the back of the RAV4. These seats are freezing, but pretty much to be expected. I do get TRD off-road floor mats, which are rubberized floor mats, so no need to go out and buy WeatherTechs that are really expensive, although quality products, I will say. But no need to buy that because you actually get rubberized floor mats. We do get 2 USB-C outlets back here. Fold down cup holders, which there's actual, I don't know if you can zoom in on this, there's frost inside the car. This is not dust, this is frost. Well, at least my drinks won't get too warm. It's a good back seat. 5'11", not a small guy. My knees are coming close, but not hitting the seat in front of me. Head is not hitting the ceiling. Regular adults can fit back here, and that is a big, big win. Let's get bundled up. I'm gonna throw my McLaren F1 hoodie on and my hat and gloves and coat, and let's bear the cold to talk about the trunk space. All right, around the back of the TRD Off-Road RAV4, this is all ice. Power tailgate opens up. I have not opened it in 5 days. It was not frozen shut. That is some very good engineering from Toyota. We get more TRD Off-Road rubberized floor mats, JBL speaker back here, privacy cover, which is really nice, and an actual wall outlet with a 12-volt outlet next to it. That is really, really nice to see. I love it when cars do that. Little LED light. I can pull this out in case you want to see it. Bada bing, bada boom. Very cool. But overall, that is the backspace of the Toyota RAV4 TRD Off-Road, which I think is really nice for camping, off-road, overlanding sort of stuff. I think the backspace is a big win. Now we gotta talk about the looks, and I'm sorry, this is the most snow I could get off of it. I didn't feel comfortable using a scraper on the paint, so I apologize again. It's in the negative degrees, the snow is not coming off, but this is finished in a really nice army green. I've really liked the look and feel of the RAV4. I think it still feels relatively modern, and that's a very good thing coming from an appliance vehicle like this. Here's some pictures of the RAV4 before it started snowing. I know they're vertical. I didn't think I'd have to use them in the video, but here's what the car looks like with less snow stuck to it, in case you were curious. However, with all of that being said, let's get on to my final thoughts. What do I think having driven the Toyota RAV4 TRD Off-Road for the last 7 days? Well, I've had a really good experience with it. I think the TRD Off-Road package is good for someone that wants that little extra, for someone that wants just a touch of off-road. I did have a friend come up to me and say, "Oh, so it's like a 4Runner now?" No! Bat dog! No! This is not like a 4Runner. It just has a couple of little off-roady accents added to it. And driving it in the snow and slush, I know it's not, the canyons of Moab, Utah, but driving it in the snow and slush, it handles itself really, really well. The tires are fantastic, and the all-wheel drive system does its job through and through. So no, it's not a dedicated off-roader that's gonna put a Jeep to shame, but I think it is a really good trim level, and beyond anything else, it gives a little bit of character to the RAV4. That was my big complaint when I drove the 2023 RAV4 Hybrid last year, is that this car felt like a microwave. It felt like a toaster. It had no emotional connection to me at all. But now with the army green paint, the red accents, knobby tires, no, I'm not saying it's a personality king, it's not a stand-up comedian, but at least it's not flat Stanley. At least it has some type of something to it. I actually got comments, people saying, oh, I love that army green, I love that green color. No one said anything about the RAV4 Hybrid. I don't even think most people saw it when staring directly at it. And so that is the big selling point for me for the TRD Off-Road. It adds something a little special to something that wasn't special at all. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to Toyota for sending me this vehicle for the last 7 days and getting me through this absolutely terrible cold streak that we've been having. It's been keeping me warm, it's been keeping me safe, and so if you live in a cold climate, I cannot recommend any vehicle more than the Toyota RAV4 TRD Off-Road. Huge thank you to Drive Shop for delivering this vehicle in these harsh conditions, and of course the Midwestern Automotive Media Association, as much as I wish I lived elsewhere right now. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you're staying warm wherever you're viewing this video, but don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.